We are out today, finally back out for a snorkel and fish today. It's been a good month since I've been actually able to get out and do this. So just take a look at where we're going to be fishing and snorkeling over today. It's been quite tricky actually to find somewhere to go to today because we've got quite a strong southerly wind. It's gusting about 35 today. But been looking over the maps and found this little spot. What a gem. As I say, it's been a long time now since I've done a snorkel and fish. So I'm really excited about this. There's some reefs around here that are absolutely beautiful. Gonna try and we'll spend the day down here. We're 2 hours before low tide, so we want to get straight down there and get in the sea. Spoke to my oracle this morning, good old dad, and he said this path is a bit of a nightmare to get down, so let's see how it goes. It doesn't look too bad so far. Oh, some lovely bits to snorkel around in there. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, looking forward to this. Had a bit of a nightmare as well. Got out of the car, went to do my bag up. My bloody zip broke, so I've got everything in a bucket. So sheltered in here, it's unreal. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this climb back up with this box, with this bucket, especially with it being having a wetsuit in there as well. I should also mention where I am. I'm on the North Cliffs here. To my left, as you go around to the coast, you've got Godrivi and Navex Point. I'm just inside there, just inside the cove to the right hand side of all of that. We got our spot. It is absolutely roasting down here. Got a nice little cave that we're going to be parked up in today. Oh, I forgot my wetsuit boots in the car. Damn it. I always forget something. We are all suited and booted. Had a bit of a mare really. Forgot the bolts to attach the camera to the float, the yellow float, which is annoying, so I'm gonna have to hold the camera. But it's alright, I forgot my wetsuit boots and all sorts, but it's absolutely roasting, so I don't think we're gonna need them. I've just about got in my wetsuit, it's that hot and sweaty and sticky, so let's get straight in the sea and see what we can find. My first thoughts as I got into the water is the clarity was pretty poor, but as I moved off into deeper waters, the clarity got so much better. Just take a look at these sand eels. I love the way the sunlight's coming through the water there and reflecting off the fish. I love watching these guys swimming around. We're coming up to a beautiful blue jellyfish here. Just like the sand eels, you can see the sunlight reflecting off the tentacles. You really do get a good perspective of how long they are when the sun's on them like this. We can really see how much that clarity's improved now. We can see that jellyfish from such a good distance away, and those tentacles being lit up once again. And can anybody see the pollock in the background? There isn't a great deal down there, but I have seen a couple of nice wrasse, and from where I can see just behind me it looks like quite a nice little spot. as the tide's going out, because it's quite deep here as well, that I might catch a couple of wrasse. I've seen a nice little pollock down there as well, so hopefully we'll come back and see if we can get them. Let's get back down there and see what we can find. I didn't manage to capture any wrasse on film the first time around, but it wasn't before long until we spotted one and got a good shot of it. They move so effortlessly through the water and they blend in with their background so well. I really enjoyed watching this wrasse just glide so effortlessly past this school of bass. We have another blue jellyfish here. Tentacles are spread out all around at this time, making sure I give this one a bit of a wider berth. This comb jelly really did stop me in my tracks. I have found quite a few of these before, but not one of this size. It was probably about the size of my hand actually. I stuck around for quite some time actually, just admiring the light show that was being put on by this jelly. I wanted to find out how these guys made this light display, so I did some research when I got home, and I found out that they have 8 rows going down the length of their body, which are made up of cilia. Now these cilia, they're like hair-like follicles, which fan through the water, reflecting the light. Gonna start a bit further to the right hand side actually. So I saw, pretty sure it was just in here where I've seen those fish. So we'll get as far as we can with dry shoes and then make our way round. Start wading if we have to. Where's that wind coming from? It's a southerly wind, it's meant to be straight over the top of here. Alright, I think this is where the shoes are going to get it. Yep, never mind. Got a spare pair in my car, so. Oh, it's washed all the sand off, nice. That feels so much better actually. Yeah, I think it was all in amongst this lot as well, which just was. Maybe off of there. Maybe I've come too far around. We'll start round here and then we can move. I mean, there's fish everywhere around down there. As you saw, further around here, better the fishing was. Don't hit the bottom. It's got some spare lures there if I need be. Oh, look at it under there. I think there'd be wrasse, all sorts under there. We just gotta get up here now. By this point, I worked my way along the shore from the reef that you can see to my right to where I am now. I tried multiple depths, different speeds, and still no fish. I really couldn't believe it. The amount of fish that I could see down there. The wrasse, the bass and the pollock, and not one fish wanted to take the lure. The only thing I didn't do, and that's maybe my only regret, is I didn't change my lure. Maybe I could have coaxed a fish and enticed it to feed. But I was just so shocked and so frustrated in the end, I think. Despite the lack of caught fish, I still couldn't be disappointed. The surroundings that I was in were just amazing. And to be able to get into the water and actually see the fish really did make the difference.
I did start to wonder while I was out fishing, after seeing this much bait fish in the water, maybe that's why the lures weren't working. Even the bass that we saw in the previous shot there, they weren't interested in even the sand dunes that were above them. So maybe on the drop-in tide the fish had their feed, and on the low tide they just digested their food and took in some of the sunshine. It wasn't until I watched the video back that I actually noticed the pollock in the bottom screen there, just going over the edge of the reef, because this wrasse really did steal the show. It didn't seem to be fazed by me being there at all. It let me get so close to it, and it just kind of took a moment to look at me and just suss me out whether I was going to be a threat or not, and it just carried on its business. I don't think I've ever swum around a wrasse quite as chill as this one. It was just so happy, just going about its business and still feeding. You'll notice in a second, you'll hear a click. After watching that bit of footage back a couple of times, I realised that the clicking sound was the fish's teeth off the rocks as it was trying to scrape off any barnacles or bits of algae for a mid-afternoon snack. I was so grateful for this fish, and what an amazing way to end the snorkeling session.
And we're back where we started. Just navigated that horrible path. So steep, narrow, right next to the edge. But it's well worth it. We saw some amazing fish there when we first got in the water. I thought we were in for a bit of a dud. The clarity wasn't that good right in close, but as we got further out around that reef just there, it just cleared right out, and there was so many fish, so many wrasse, bass. There's loads of sand eels in the water. But by the time I got the fishing rod, it must have moved out with the tide. I'm thinking that this is more of a drop-in tide mark. So the fish come in closer into these areas here, and then drop further out into the deeper water over low tide. Because I went in for a second dip. I didn't take the GoPro because the battery died. But went in for a second time and didn't really see a great deal. The odd small bass, the odd wrasse. Saw a mullet, which was nice, but it wasn't hanging around. It had a bit of a gammy tail as well. But yeah, it's so well worth it. Absolutely amazing little cove just down there. Say Navax Point is just round that corner over there. Not far. Park using the same car park actually. But yeah, definitely come back and do that. I think what I'll do is I'll come back on the drop-in tide, just with a rod, not a huge bucket of all sorts and wetsuits. But yeah, time to start planning the next trip. See you then.